I'm just gonna eat breakfast while it dries. Hello! Welcome to part 3 of Miruko's cosplay vlog. We have a lot left to finish.
So we're gonna run through some boot footage because this was technically supposed to fit in the last vlog. I've been sitting on this third Miruko CosVlog for ages because I wanted it to be my last one of the series, but I can't bring myself to cut more content for some reason. These CosVlogs aren't meant to be tutorials, so I don't know why I insist on sharing all of the details, but I just wanna... That just means that there will be one last vlog to the series, and promise, it'll be the last one.
I just placed this piece, and can we just appreciate how perfect it fits? Like, just enough seam allowance all over.
While I was rambling, we just transferred the boot patterns that we made in vlog 2 together.
I almost forgot that I had these white gel pens. They're running really low, so I'll probably have to refill my stock soon. These are actually super great for working on black foam.
I know that a lot of people use metallic Sharpies too, which work great on foam, but I find the tip too thick, and even to this age, I don't know if I should be cutting on the line or either sides of the line. So my patterns usually end up a bit distorted. But who am I trying to fool? I can't cut in a straight line.
I was gonna go and Dremel all the bits, but in the tutorial, Kinpatsu recommends that you bevel the edges with scissors. And who am I to contradict the almighty Kinpatsu? I did not want to go and Dremel stuff, so this is a life-saving trick.
I was very skeptical because the jagged edges were questionable at first, but for the amount of time that I saved, I must say it was quite worth it.
The edges definitely got cleaner as we went along, so the next step would be to glue them together, and then we're going to trim the edges again before we prime and paint.
And as usual, we will use contact cement to bond all of the foam pieces together.
Where to start with? I might have cut this one weird by accident. We'll start with this one. We'll just dive into it and figure it out as we go. In case it wasn't clear yet, each of these pieces are her toes. That lined up so perfectly. I'm dumb. It goes like this. Okay, contact cement is quite permanent, as you can see. I ripped off some pieces of foam, but it's okay. We'll just retrim it and pretend that this never happened. Well, it's looking like something. I just need to trim the edges now. I forgot if Kinpatsu covers the toes in the fabric too, but you're definitely going to be painting all of the foam. After I trim it, I'm going to prime it with some... God, I have a blank right now. What is that?
It's Flex Bond.
Anyways, that. Next, I wanted to complete the feet, so I gotta trim the edges. Now we're gonna go glue all the toes together.
My dad's also using the garage to clean the car, but sharing's caring. I get to share some of that scrub-it-up ASMR with you, with a side of whistling. It's kinda nice to not be alone down here. Just a reminder, I got this cosplay pattern from kinpatsukosplay.com, just in case you want to make one for yourself. Your foot's supposed to fit in there, so we have to cut it out and make some space for our real toes. I was gonna use my foot to trace a pattern onto it, but I think it's smarter to use the shoe. And I'm using the opposite shoe so that I can get a right imprint. Hopefully it ends up even on both sides. It's relatively even. It's time to paint the little toes. Miruko is going through emo phase. I'm gonna paint a bit of the inside black, but I'm really scared that it's gonna stain my white bodysuit. I'm gonna go wash my brush real fast and hopefully get the silver on.
New vlog setting for you guys. We are in the kitchen now. Everything's kind of really yellow and green. Confirming that everything is silver and my sandwich is really good.
Excuse my messy desk, but we're gonna work here anyways. So it's time to add all the shadows. Currently balancing the camera on my leg, but that's okay.
I was hesitating on where to put the shadowing on this, so I concluded that I might just add them maybe to the sides just to emphasize that hourglass shape. I don't think it'll show anyways. You and I will know. I've been painting for half an hour and you probably can't even see the difference. Oh, kind of. But then we get to my favorite part, which is this. There's no right or wrong way to dry brush. You literally just go into it, man. Go into it. Feel it. And you can't tell me that you painted armor without your fingers looking like this. This is the mark of true passion. I let it dry overnight and you can see that in the light, the gradient shows a little bit more. Quite subtle still. I think you can kind of see it as I pivot it, that it gets real dark over the edges. Right over here. I'm gonna leave that aside for now and we're gonna hop back into the socks that I've forsaken. So yeah, let's finish this today.
Make sure that you pin stretchy fabric so that everything lines up nicely.
And we just need to trim off all the excess so that it's not bulky under once we turn it inside out. So we did a good job extending the pattern. Unfortunately, it does not just end there. We have to work on the sole of the shoe, so that's what we're gonna be doing. I bought this in like 2019, so 2 years ago. To be honest, I completely forgot why. Probably for another cosplay project, or maybe like a just-in-case purchase, because I knew I'd need it one day. And here we are, 2 years later, needing it. I would almost describe it as like a silicone mat. This is actually used to make shoe soles. So we're gonna cut our shoe sole out of this and contact cement it to the fabric. So you wanna make sure that you align it in the direction that you want and have your pattern at the ready. It definitely has this new shoe smell to it. Dear Mom, I hope you never see this because I'm about to use your kitchen scissors to cut this. Heck no, I am not using my fabric scissors for this. And my other ones are too flimsy. And there's enough to make like 2 more pairs of shoes and maybe like 3 more pairs of heels, so good investment. And I guess we just need to pop on our contact cement on the shoes and on the boots. So let's do that. I think I put the right foot in. In case you didn't understand, I'm gonna apply some contact cement onto the sole here and onto these so that it won't wear out when I wear them at cons one day when that will be allowed again. You know, I actually have a counter to work on, and for some reason, I've decided to work on the ground for all these past vlogs.
And no matter what it is that you're doing, I hope you remember to take those precious ergonomic breaks. In other words, are you currently sitting like a shrimp?
While that dries, we're just gonna be working on painting the rest of the armor. We don't need this part to be pristine white because we're gonna be painting it yellow anyways. We need to cover enough that it's homogeneous. And I put out too much paint again, so no harm done shoving this back in. Onto the yellow paint. Yeah, I'll probably have to go back in with some black to cover all the edges. Why does it look green on my camera? I can assure you that it is very much yellow in person. I'll probably warm the next layer up with a little bit of red. And while that dries wedged between my garbage can, I'm gonna stick in the boots. So we're gonna try to line this as straight as possible. It still sinks so much. It looks quite centered, right? And then I just need to squeeze it on, maybe even just pop my foot in it to add more weight. If it's crooked, it's gonna be really hard to pull out, so hopefully I landed it the first time. I'll be honest, I think I glued it on a tiny bit crooked, but it's not that bad. I just need to trim it off a tiny bit. Otherwise, it feels quite comfortable and stable. I need to remove the bow here because it's adding a weird texture to my foot. This is quite a look. I don't know why I'm blushing right now. I think I just really like legs. I just think that my legs look really nice right now. But like I said in the last video, we're gonna use those stockings that Alfonso got me. We're gonna have to stitch it up to that so that they stay up. I need to add a bit of detailing, maybe tighten this actually, it's a bit loose. Sew it to the stocking, add the velcros for the armor, and we should have our boots done. These might be a bit too pale for me, so if they are, I might end up just dyeing them or something. Or, you know, edit the pictures. Honestly, I don't even know what my skin color is. It comes with 3 pairs. Thought they were socks. They're so tiny. They're actually stockings. So this is actually an extra large, and they're like size of my upper body. They fit in the shot. So hopefully they stretch a lot. I must say, this is quite a look. You can clearly see that there is a slight discrepancy between my skin tone and these stockings. So I'll have to figure out how to darken these. I don't know. How am I supposed to modify this? We will see.
We're gonna finish the waist armor by color correcting the highlights. I'm sure there was an easier way to do this, but it was quite relaxing, so I popped on a show and painted away.
So I was telling you guys how the tights were too light for my skin tone, and I was maybe gonna dye them, and well, I did. I chickened out from using a real dye to dye my tights and used onion peels instead. I just finished filming the mini vlog for that, so if you want to check that out later, then you can do that. But as you can see, there's like a slight difference in color between the two, and the dark one is the one that I dipped in onion juice. It's a bit closer to my skin tone, despite it not really showing right now because, I don't know, cameras have difficulty picking that up maybe.
Well peeps, that's all the time we have today. I am filming the final Miruko vlog as we speak, but it's quite something to juggle YouTube and a full-time internship. I just have to, you know, channel my inner discipline and dig up that motivation. But until I'm done editing,
See you next time, maybe. I'm keeping the scene for the after credits because I drew 2 left foot.